And here we are in another Tuesday edition of our Alaska News. We're going to take a look at some of our headlines. As always, we have more stories available than we have time for in a short video. So if you'd like 30 to 40 minutes of news delivered directly to your inbox every morning, become a subscriber at radiofreespeech.com, and we'll make it happen for you. Let's take a look at some of our stories today. It looks like here in Alaska we are dealing with another police shooting in the Fairbanks area. This happened early Monday morning. Details at this time were a bit sketchy. The police only said that they were responding to something, but they didn't say to which. They encountered an armed suspect, and they, quote, returned fire, and the suspect was dead at the scene. This happened in a non-residential area. A black bear killed a teen runner during a trail race near Anchorage. This happened on Sunday afternoon. The 16-year-old boy was a part of a race that was taking place on a well-known mountain when he texted a family member that he was being chased by a bear. They notified the race officials. They went out and searched, and they found the boy, but the bear was there by his body, so they couldn't get any closer. Fish and Game came and shot the bear in the face. The bear ran off, and they had to recover the boy's body by helicopter. It's one of those tragedies that, honestly, it's very hard to prepare for in terms of keeping people safe. We live in Alaska. There are lots of bears out there, and a number of the other media outlets have talked about bear safety. First and foremost, make sure that you let the bears know that you're coming. Make some kind of noise, whether you're using bells or singing off-key or whatever you do. A couple of Anchorage fishermen drowned when their boat capsized down near Resurrection Bay. That's by Seward. There were 4 people on the boat. 2 of them drowned, 2 of them survived. A man was arrested on the Deska River for not measuring his salmon. Normally this is just a citation, but it says that bail was set, which seems to indicate that the man was actually taken into custody for not immediately writing down his fish measurement. Senator Murkowski and several other GOP senators from around the country are being targeted right now by radio and television ads that are being run around the country, pressuring them to vote against the GOP health care bill. This, as the Medicaid especially, really becomes an issue. Alaska is one of the states that went ahead and accepted the increase in Medicaid, expanding the number of people to qualify for it. And now the problem is that more and more people are qualifying because the economy is going south in Alaska, and the state doesn't have a way to pay for them all. A report critical of missile defense coming out, basically saying this at the same time that Representative Don Young and Senator Dan Sullivan are seeking to expand the program, that it doesn't have a clear measure of success at this point. And also the Defense Department hasn't been as involved in this as maybe they should be, if this is really a defense issue. There was a nearly 4-acre wildfire that burned over the weekend near Big Lake. It was put under control. And the East Fork fire, that's the one there on the Kenai Peninsula, has now grown to over 1,300 acres. As it's in a limited suppression area, they're actually letting the fire burn so that it'll take care of some of the other fuel in that area to prevent something worse happening in the future. The state is looking to trim Medicaid costs by some $30 million. As once again, we already talked about the Medicaid expansion issue, and now they're talking about freezing rates and in terms of what they're going to actually pay for. There was a plane crash in southeast Alaska, 7 people on board, 5 minor injuries, but that was it. Basically, it was going up and then crashed immediately in the lake. Everybody on board was able to swim to shore. Once again, 5 people, minor injuries, treated and released. Lastly, you may have heard about the Bering Sea battle that's going on right now. Killer whales are following the fishermen and plucking the fish off their long lines. And right now the killer whales are winning. That's what we've got for Alaska News. My commentary today is going to focus primarily on a bigger picture. Make sure you check that out. And send me an email, steve@radiofreespeech.com.